all around. Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, but we know no matter what, we'll always have the time to talk about the wastelands, talk about the lore, talk about surviving radiation storms, talk about the doubts, talk about the fears, talk about the game we all love. It's Fallout through the years. That Fallout show.
Well, hi everyone, and welcome to Gamestack, episode 44, Bizarro World. I am Shalene, and with us tonight is Rick.
Hello. Glad to see you all here today.
I'm so glad that you're here to join us this Friday, Rick. And Vendor, welcome.
Welcome, sir or madam.
So, tonight, do we have a show for you? First of all, do we have anything to mention? We have a bonus episode, right?
Yes. I would just like to mention that we posted a bonus episode consisting of some developer interviews I did while I was at E3. It's like 20 minutes long. Really enjoyed putting that together, so please check that out.
And
Excellent.
Then Vendor?
Oh, I was just going to ask Shalene, do you have a new episode, some new juicy content of Dames Who Game?
No. We haven't recorded another one yet, so those are going to be probably about monthly.
I'm patiently waiting.
It's going to be like a 6-week gap, I believe. Because
It's very good. I like the last episode.
It's not easy to schedule 6 ladies. So.
Well, while you're waiting for that, you can help our wee little show out by hosting us on the Twitches and telling your friends about us. Like, subscribe, and retweet to our things, and yes. So before we get going into our show, we've got some 5-star review shout-outs, and Patectron, please take it away.
Well, Rick, we have no 5-star review shout-outs because, that's we haven't had a 5-star review shout-out on the show since April. So if you are listening, please go to Apple Podcasts and leave us a review. We would love to hear what you think of the show, and if you leave us a 5-star review, we'll shout you out and promote your name on the network.
We're desperate for your attention.
Yeah, you can, and as I mentioned, you can do that on, I believe now, as Apple Podcasts, no longer iTunes.
No. Riptunes.
Yeah, the Discord is also hopping, you guys. It's been pretty busy this week. We have a few new members to the Discord. Devin J, Elian Key, El Yankee 69.
Yeah, I think that's it.
That's Spanish for the Yankee.
This is why they get me to do the names. Del Corin, or is it Del Corin?
Or Del Green?
Yeah. Happy Monkey 8D, which is something. 80? Oh, I get it. 80. Well, and this last user is definitely from Canada. Sorry. Spelt S-O-R-E-H.
Oh, man. You were like a dad when you finally understood what your teenager was saying. 8D. Oh, 8D. Oh, I get it.
Yeah. So that's all the people we have in the Discord. It is our chat after dark. If you would like to get into the Discord, all you got to do is scroll down, click on the link right below Rick, and that will bring you straight into the Discord. You can also find us on social media. The link is available there, or you can send us a personal message, and we'll make sure that you get that information. But hold on to your butts, because Rick has more stuff for us to talk about.
Yeah, we've got some news. Gameplay. Is there any stock this week?
Mm-hmm.
There is
We've
always
got some stock and emails. But we're going to go ahead and kick it off and get right into the news.
If you like news, you're going to love our next segment.
Nice there. Segue. Rick, what happened in the world of games, general games?
Thank you, Shalene. While we had some things going along in gaming this week, I thought, you know what? I'm going to put together just a nice, calm, kind of a positive spin on this week's news. But instead, it's all horrible. Everything was a disaster.
Just like this podcast.
I know, it was crazy. But we're going to open up with talking about G2A. Are you guys familiar with G2A?
Yep.
No.
G2A is a gray market key reseller. Gosh, it's so strange being on the left. The audio people have no idea what we're talking about, but it's really odd.
Visual gags for
A
an
black
audio
market
show.
key seller. Oh, like for games, you mean?
Yes.
Like game keys.
You can use
Little
you
keys,
can use
big keys.
like bots to generate keys, and then those keys are basically stolen keys, and you can sell them on G2A.
Sounds like a lucrative business.
It's like a key reselling place. You can also resell a legitimate key that you just don't want anymore.
Oh, okay.
But you can do some bad things with G2A. It's has a history of shady dealings, and recently people have been talking about G2A and how shady they are. And some publishers have stepped up and said, hey, we'd rather, if you don't have the money to buy our game, we'd rather you just pirate it instead of buying it from G2A. You know, just pirate it. And so G2A made like the worst PR blunder of all time after this. I couldn't believe this when I saw it on Twitter. They sent out, okay, I'm just going to read the quote here from G2A.
I'm preparing my
we
body
have written
for this.
an unbiased article about selling stolen keys on gaming marketplaces is pretty much impossible, and we want to publish it on your website without being marked as sponsored or marked as associated with G2A. It is a transparent and just review of the problem of stolen key reselling. And they sent this email with this press release out to numerous games journalists. Yeah.
So this, like, legitimately, they didn't even hide the fact that it was G2A that was sending this out?
No. They sent it out, and they were like, hey, we want you to publish this, but don't tell them we wrote it, okay?
So they basically wanted to control the messaging.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And of
Nice.
course,
Sounds pretty normal to me.
these games journalists were like, no.
Yeah.
And one of them, Thomas Faust from Some Indie Games, on Twitter, posted a screenshot of the email that G2A had sent. And G2A's official Twitter response was, these emails were sent out by the employee without authorization, for which we apologize to Some Indie Games and the 9 other media outlets he sent this proposal to. He will face strict consequences, as this is absolutely unacceptable. So I wonder who had to fall on their sword for this one.
So who did they send it all to? Just PC Gamer, or which specific?
I don't know who the other 10 were. I only know about this one here.
Oh, interesting. Well, that's kind of slithery.
Yeah. They also said they were kind of blustery during this whole kerfuffle, and they said that they would pay back 10 times whatever anybody had lost if they could prove that they had lost revenue through stolen keys being sold on this game.
I would just like to point out in the chat that Asher Dust says Rick's looking better than ever tonight.
He is. I think it's the Tetris makeup he's got.
I think we should have left Shalene's smoker's voice.
What do you mean?
This segment.
I mean, my voice is kind of.
So a little backstory, guys. Shalene is testing out a new mic tonight, but when I got here, her voice was a lot deeper than it normally is, because she doesn't work with the boys because she used to be one. So, but we had to do a little fixing to fix that up. But yeah, that's the backstory.
Yes, it was quite funny.
Yes, it was very good.
But a Czech indie studio called Woob Software applied for this payback offer because they contacted G2A and they claim that they've had a ton of chargeback and fraud issues on their game Factorio, with over 300 keys being purchased using stolen credit cards. And
Uh-oh.
they estimated the amount of fees at $6,600 that they have had to pay. So yeah, it's a thing, but G2A has not responded to them yet. So we'll see if they actually do pay this back. I hope they do. I hope they really do.
I know I got tagged for a fraudulent key off of G2A before I really realized what was going on.
Oh, really? Tell me about it.
Okay, you tell your story first.
No, all it was I bought an ESO key, and turns out it was stolen. So one day, ZeniMax was like, hey, your key was reported as fraudulent, and we are blocking your account now.
Oh, super.
I went and bought a brand new account from ZOS, so cut out the middleman, you know, and yeah.
So that's why ZeniMax doesn't answer our emails.
This was in the other days of yore.
Oh my goodness.
Well, Shalene, I got a call from RBC the other day. That's the Royal Bank. And they said, excuse me, Mr. Vendertron, they said, are you trying to buy makeup at a Shoppers Drug Mart in Toronto right now? And I said, no. And I was like, God damn it, Shalene.
I know, I'm a sucker for the makeup.
She's in Toronto using my credit card to buy makeup.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it was weird. It was weird. And I was like, nope, definitely not me. So they fixed it all up and stuff. Sent me a new card. But
that's why they rejected it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jeez.
dear. That's fantastic. So, Vendor, have you been thinking about getting a Nintendo Switch?
No, still not sold on them. Still not sold on them. I don't know. What do you think?
There are two new models that you can be tempted by. Yes, the first is the Nintendo Switch Lite, which is basically a Nintendo Vita. Yeah, it's the smaller version of the Switch that is handheld only. It will come in yellow, gray, and turquoise, and that turquoise one is really pretty. I like it. I like it a lot.
Did you? Sorry, Rick. Did you say Vita?
No, but I should have. That would have been cool.
I thought you said
PS Vita.
I thought you said yeah, it's like the size of a PS Vita, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, no, I called it the Nintendo Vita.
Which
was apparently a terrible joke.
Velveeta.
It's going to.
Well, I mean, it basically is a Vita.
Yeah,
I mean,
it really is.
Yeah.
How sad for PlayStation. This they were ahead of their time. Hey, quick shout out to House of Hooligans in the chat. That's Tim's channel.
Hey, Tim.
Glad to see ya. So the Switch Lite will cost $199. That is $100 less than the standard Switch.
Okay.
It is slightly smaller. The screen is slightly smaller. It will have a longer battery life and a D-pad instead of the 4 buttons. But it will not have detachable Joy-Con or a kickstand, and it will not support TV mode or come with a Switch dock. So
it's not a Switch at all.
Okay, so hold on. I'm looking at this, and the toggles, they're kind of all over the place. Like, how do you even hold and move the joysticks? I don't get it.
Well, the traditional Switch is actually pretty comfortable to use. It looks funny, but it's pretty comfortable to use in handheld mode. But one thing that's a huge concern is that the Joy-Con are not the best piece of hardware. They've had problems with drifting sticks, with sticks that don't.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah.
You know.
They just fall in the creek and drift away.
And people have had to send their Joy-Con into Nintendo to have them repaired. But if they're not detachable, they're going to have to be sending their whole device in to Nintendo, which is
Okay, well, definitely not buying that one. What else have you got?
Well, you can buy. Oh my gosh, that's a funny Reddit post. Did you put this in here?
Yeah, I just slipped that in there.
Oh, this is amazing! I love it. I wish I could share this with the people. It's a
Well, I can
sandwich
put it
that
in the
looks
chat.
like a DS. It's gorgeous. It's a sandwich with.
Yeah. So Redditor Hack Honor. God, these
Did you have
usernames,
a
I tell you.
stroke?
Hackanor.
How can I get this name right?
That was a good one.
Posted really
How
loved
can
the
I
new
love you? What?
I can't do it. It's just
Really love the new Nintendo Swiss Lite.
yeah. And it's basically 2 pieces of like rye bread with some Swiss cheese and two little pieces of ham and then some, I don't know, they look like
Carrots.
chunks of carrot.
It does look like carrot, yeah.
for the toggle switches. It's awesome.
Because it's the C-pad.
So great. It looks like a DS. It's so great.
Yeah, it
That
definitely
was-
looks like a DS. I think the person who posted this doesn't really know their way around handhelds.
Or
That
this
was
really isn't their
such a
picture.
surprise, though. I was expecting to get this article I had put in about the Nintendo Switch Pro.
Well, it is a bizarre place today. The podcast is a bizarre world, Shalene. You
But
never
yeah,
know
It's
what
a
you're going to
sand
expect.
switch.
the standard Switch will have a longer battery life between 4.5 and 9 hours, which is still not stellar, but better. So Zelda Breath of the Wild, which has been used as a benchmark, you can get about 3.5 hours out of the standard Switch. You can get 5.5 hours on the new Switch. So that's pretty good. That's a nice improvement.
Mm-hmm.
So
Basically,
that's it.
Real improvement on the other version of the Switch. So that's what we're looking at
But
with versions of the Switch.
so the Pro is just longer battery life.
Yes,
Hmm.
the Pro is more of a fan name than
Like, I feel like the Switch Lite, you have to have really tiny hands to be able to play the Switch. Like, it's just so little.
Perfect for the White House.
Circus folk, small hands.
I think
smell like cabbage. No Austin Powers?
I got it.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know. Can you really call it a Switch if it doesn't do anything the Switch does?
Well, you can switch it on and off.
You know what else we could do? We could switch on over to our next news article.
True. I don't know. I feel lost.
Well, I also feel lost sometimes, just like a $60,000 Pokemon card.
Oh, no. What?
Someone
How do
lost
you
a
just
Porsche
lose
in the
that?
mail.
It got lost in the mail.
Oh.
Terrible. There's $1,000 reward out there for this Pokemon card, according to YouTuber and trading card guru SM Pratt. It is the number 3 trainer card featuring the holographic image of Mewtwo, and was originally awarded for placing 3rd in a 1999 secret super battle tournament held in Japan, according to this IGN article written by Joseph Nope.
Joseph Nope.
Isn't it
Is
Nope?
that probably it? Nope.
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 Looks like Nope to me.
There it is. Nope.
Speaking of Josephs, thank you to Joseph Tao. We forgot to shout him out at the beginning for
Indubitably.
Well, if you're at this rate with the last names of Josephs, it'd be Joseph Toe.
Joseph Tao. I think that's what we used to call him before we knew how to pronounce it.
Before we, yeah.
Towie?
Poor guy.
Towie?
Yeah. Anyway, thanks, Joseph. We appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
So this Mewtwo card was sold on eBay for $60,000, but was lost in transit somewhere in New York. It is estimated that 9 to 18 sets of these cards were awarded. So that plus the $60,000 price tag make it one of the most valuable Pokemon cards in existence.
This definitely sounds like an inside job.
Who shipped
It sort
it?
of does, yeah. Sort of does.
Yeah.
Rick, my business is to blame.
Yes, it is. Shalene, as a postal worker, you must take full responsibility for this.
Remember, folks, we're all in this together.
Yes, because you, a postal worker in a small rural area, are responsible for mail that is lost in New York, and you have been held responsible for such instances by customers before.
I'm just gonna be frank here. The USPS really isn't that well oiled of a machine. It's from firsthand working there. There's a reason it's bleeding money.
Well, like, you're joking here, but like, it's a miracle that any mail makes it to its destination. Having seen the factories, like, it's a miracle. But yeah, if anybody knows where this Pokemon card is, please help it get back home, and you could earn a $1,000 reward. A spokesperson for Shalene's company, the USPS, said, in general, we are limited in what we can say with regard to pending litigation. However, based on the video, it sounds like the package was scanned, delivered to the address as listed on the item. So the shipment was signed for, but contained hundreds of other items, and then the specific card was never received.
Hundreds of other items?
So,
like, okay, if I bought a $60,000 Pokemon card on eBay, I should have enough money to travel to the place to see the card first to make sure it is, like, you know, real.
Unless you bought it from Japan.
And, you know, if I'm buying this card, I am bringing it back in a steel suitcase chained to my arm on the plane. That is how that goes.
The football?
You don't, like, I don't know. It's crazy. People buy, like, people will just, like, go drop 50 grand on a poker table. So I'm sure that this person is a little upset.
60 grand on a pokey table.
That was a good one.
Wow. That's kind of crazy. I don't think I'd ever pay that much money for something like that.
No.
I don't. Then again, I'm not filthy rich, so
I'd never pay $100 for a card. Ever.
Yeah. It's a little bit crazy, but wow.
To each their own.
Yeah, some people view collectibles as investments. So
But
yeah.
Now the other ones are worth more.
Yeah,
there are fewer.
But the problem is with Pokemon cards, they don't necessarily have a track record for being lucrative or good investments. Unlike microphones like you collect. But
yeah, I do love me some audio gear.
Yeah.
Guitars as well. Lots of guitars.
Inflates better than gold. It does. It does.
Yeah. So Shalene, what's our next article?
Well, I will lead into it with the phrase that what do we say to death?
Not today, budget right. Jesus. Oh, wrong podcast. Sorry.
No, that's it. That's all I had. I was leading the way.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. As Moira Brown might say, try not to die. And that's what GameStop is doing right now. They have, according to this article by gamesindustry.biz, detailed some intentions to revamp their stores to hopefully make up for their just horribly tanking sales. They've partnered up...
It's such a trash fire. GameStop. Oh man.
This is a deep cut, but have both of you seen Boondock Saints?
Yes.
Yeah, it's so good.
Do you remember the scene where Rocco hits the table and it blows the cat all over the ceiling or all over the wall? And then like the next scene, you can tell it's just blood smeared and there's a picture hanging over it. That's GameStop at the moment. Like there's blood all over the wall, but there's a nice piece of art in front of it. Like it never ever happened.
Oh, that's so sad.
It's weird. Like it's weird. Like here in Canada, like the stores things aren't on sale. It's like business as usual. You'd never know it. There's nothing on sale. I went out the other day to try and find the Pip-Boy and or the plasma rifle, which I know are on sale from ThinkGeek by like ridiculous
Yeah, it's
amounts
crazy.
marked down in the
Pip-Boy is
US.
$60, and all those weapon facsimiles are $20.
You mean models?
Yes.
Well, anyways, nothing is on sale here in Canada, and I'm sure that they are pulling in all the revenues to still make money somehow.
Well, let me tell you about their plan. They've got a plan, guys. It's going to be good.
Oh, okay.
Replica. Thank you, Asher
We're
Dusk.
all-
That's the word I
we're
was
all off.
actually looking for. So
Facsimile.
GameStop has partnered with design firm RGA to focus on creating unique in-store experiences that will make shopping at GameStop more interactive. They want customers to be able to have more opportunities to try games before they buy them, as well as adding some other features that will encourage people to visit the store and have a sense of community. So they're basically wanting to make them more like a mom and pop game shop.
Well, that sounds really expensive.
It does.
And,
Like for people to be able to play the games before they buy them, you're going to have to be constantly upgrading hardware across all of your stores.
Yeah,
CEO.
so good luck to GameStop. I don't want GameStop to die.
I know. I love getting all my junk from GameStop. And by junk, I mean collectibles.
And mail.
But,
Yes.
you know,
Your replicas.
my replicas. Yeah.
CEO
mini
Gamestack
facsimile?
hits table, blows off head of CFO, covers it up.
I mean, I got to say, GameStop has great things when you're looking for gifts for kids.
Yeah.
Because
it
there
does.
isn't a kid on this planet that you know doesn't like something that's in those stores. So
but like I go to local comic shops and local game shops before I ever go to a GameStop these days. So there's the Vault, which is in York City, and you know they're cool, and there's a couple of comic shops around. So
well, I gotta say some of their contenders are Hot Topic and what's the other one? Spencer's.
what?
Yeah.
How
Hot
are they
Topic and
contenders?
Spencer's. Because they carry the same merchandise, Rick.
Games.
Game-related collectibles.
Like Funko Pops and stuff, or what?
The reason people actually go to GameStop is not to buy games.
It's true.
They go and buy lanyards and keychains and teacups with things on it and
I don't know.
figurines.
I personally go to GameStop to be asked if I'm buying a gift for my boyfriend. That's what always happens when I go to GameStop.
You mean your girlfriend?
Hey, there's no judging.
Well, okay.
Well, because I'm Rick.
Actually, your wife.
Yeah.
Your wife. Yeah.
Because I'm a
so.
family man.
And my
Yeah.
boyfriend.
Oh my gosh, the audio listeners don't even understand this gag. Okay, guys, we switched the audio panels. Rick is in the Shalene slot, and I'm in the Rick slot, and that's why we're laughing.
You
about
can't explain the bit.
I know,
middle
but
of the
we're
bit.
on. The audio listeners don't know.
We
How would they
titled this
know?
Bizarro World. And I
They might.
introduced
Hey,
us.
Rick. They might have FOMO. You gotta include them.
Speaking of audio, Ubisoft wants some for Watch Dogs Legion, and they have solicited the community to bring it to them. So
Hey, Rick. You should do a thing.
I think I will, yeah, with my mad composing skills.
Wouldn't that be cool though? Like, yeah, I wrote that.
Yeah.
You can do anything.
But yeah, you really should, Rick. It would be great. Last week, actor Joseph Gordon-Levitt announced on Twitter, according to this Kotaku article
hit
by Ethan Gack,
record. Look at that.
that his music production company Hit Record. Sorry. Would partner with Ubisoft to create 10 songs for Watch Dogs Legion. And a lot of people are fired up about this. They feel like that this is maybe an unethical thing for
What?
Ubisoft to be doing. Because they're basically asking people to work with the hope that they might be paid and they think that this is maybe a way to avoid paying union workers to do the work. But I feel like this is more in line with like a contest, and I feel like you know what you're getting into if you enter a contest like this. You know,
Hit Record has
I
had
don't, I don't see any problems with this.
Hit Record has had like a big. They've always like partnered with cool little, or not even little, but like businesses and things for community driven music and audio and stuff for companies. Is like like it's a contest. It's like it's experience. It's resume building. It's Hit Record is a really cool thing. I'd followed it for a little while, but yeah, that makes no sense why people would be like, how dare Ubisoft try to do things that are cool with the community? Like it's
Yeah.
like if it was EA, sure, I'd believe that they were trying to skirt union, but this to me feels like, because it's 10 songs, it's 10 out of it's fine.
I feel like it's a great way to involve the community,
Sure.
to increase like public ownership of the game, and also give some people a little head start, in their careers, or just a cool experience to be able to say, I made something that's in this game.
Yeah.
If they were having like a lore writing contest, I'd probably enter.
It's almost kind of philanthropic in a way, because they're helping people get started, like you said.
Yeah, I don't really see this as it's not the same as just asking people to make you things for free.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to see what your thoughts on that were.
I say, hats off to them. And anybody who wants to complain about it, let them complain about it.
Oh, well, of course.
The game will be great, and we'll bask in the glory of the community having had a part in it.
I never beat Watch Dogs 1. I have it, but just couldn't get...
It looked really good.
Couldn't get into it.
Legion looks amazing. If they pull that off, it's going to be fantastic. I'm still doubtful, though, that it's going to be as special as there. Because that's an ambitious project. An ambitious project. Wow, that kind of died out, that little conversation there. Yeah. So, you know what else died out? Horror game Devotion, which was very popular, but was taken down from Steam after only a couple of weeks because the game appeared to make fun of China's president, according to this Kotaku article by Ethan Gag. So Red Candle is the name of the studio, and they have reached a decision not to re-release Devotion to prevent unnecessary misconception, they said in a statement on Twitter. They say that this was not an intentional insult, but that it was malfunction. And what they're referring to is a scroll in the game which contained the name of China's president, Xi Jinping, next to the name Winnie the Pooh and the word moron. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with this history, but apparently China's president looks a little bit like Winnie the Pooh.
What?
Really? Yeah, he looks a little bit like Winnie the Pooh. And people...
Oh, no.
He really hates when people make this comparison.
What's his name?
Click on the link. Click on the link in the article.
I clicked
it. He really does look a little like Winnie the Pooh.
Wait, I gotta find him. Where is he at now?
In the article, click on this link that says China banned the new Winnie the Pooh movie.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, click on that link.
What? Oh yeah.
It looks like me.
Yeah, so he hates these comparisons, understandably, but he takes it a little far.
Well, I mean, that's China.
And Chinese players review bombed the game on Steam. It was removed. Red Candle Games said that the image was placeholder art developed by one team member. It was not intended to be in the final version game. It does not represent the views of the studio. But their publisher cut ties with them. Chinese authorities revoked the publisher's business license, even though they had cut ties with them. And this game, even though it was an acclaimed, popular game with excellent reviews, we'll never see it again. It's gone. It's gone.
So when you say Chinese players were mad, do you mean bots?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because this kind of makes me upset. Why is this taken down in the global market?
Yeah, because they're a Chinese company.
Oh, I missed that.
They don't want to be dragged from their homes by
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Gotcha.
Uh-huh.
Amendment number 1. Anyway.
Yeah. What happened here? Hello. Okay, vendor's gone. Vendor's gone. Okay. So let's just carry on with the show. Except it's vendor's segment now, GameStock. You want to do some GameStock, or are you frantically trying to fix this?
I don't know where he's at. I don't know.
I wonder if the dog pulled the cord or something.
He's not even in Zoom.
I feel like I need like a booster chair to be. I don't know, guys. I'm like Mr. Wilson, the neighbor from Tool Time. Howdy ho there, neighbor. Okay, so I guess let's just carry on while Rick is working on this. I don't know what he's doing. Okay, so
is he back? He's back.
I'm here. I'm sorry, you guys. My computer just had something fatal happen, so. Are we still live?
We are.
Oh, good.
Now,
okay.
But now,
continue.
Fender, you're under my name. Shalene's under yours,
gosh.
and I'm still Shalene.
What a
Perfect.
disaster. Edit this out for the audio.
I've always wanted mutton chops.
So.
Shalene just keeps getting prettier, you guys.
Oh my gosh, do GameStock.
Vendor, take it away.
Oh my gosh, the show notes.
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh, yeah.
So I got it. I got this.
Wow, that was fatal.
I feel like this article about coffee makers have put what? Why isn't this just stop?
Coffee makers.
Okay, so I didn't have a chance to change it.
So
I saw. Okay, so the Winnie the Pooh thing. I thought Rick was doing a thing. I thought he was trying to be a boob.
What?
So
with the Winnie the Pooh thing? No.
I changed it to coffee makers. Oh,
Console makers, you guys. Okay. The 3 major console manufacturers, Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony, have pinned a joint letter, according to this article on GameSpot by Steve Watts. They have pinned a letter voicing their opposition to tariffs that would impact Chinese goods, including game consoles. Yeah, they're concerned that these tariffs could harm consumers, developers, retailers, manufacturers, and the industry at whole. So I think they're probably right, but it's really interesting to see them unite in this. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, can I tell you, working in the music retail industry, how many private emails we got of saying, "Hey, expect prices to go up because of tariffs on many companies." So, woo.
Right.
Huh.
Yes.
Well, I mean, thanks.
For what?
America. Thanks everyone
So long, and thanks
for
for all
not
the
doing your
fish.
job. Yeah.
No, we're doing our job, man. We're making this.
The
great
letter
again.
mentioned that consoles are sold at a very tight profit margin. Sometimes they sell consoles at a loss. And if the cost of production increased, they would have to increase the sale price. And that console purchases are extremely price sensitive, so that could really hurt companies. It could put a console purchase out of reach for many Americans.
So
But
go
that
out and
was
get your consoles
definitely
today.
Worth mentioning. And I also wanted to mention that Microsoft has had a good revenue overall for this year, but they have reported a loss in the Xbox revenue in particular. Xbox hardware sales have declined 48% year over year due to a decrease in console sales. So
Interesting.
yeah. And what did the stock prices say?
Well, Sony is down $1.37, selling at 53.66 as of today at some time that we don't really care about. Microsoft also down 58 cents, as you alluded to, selling at 136.49. Nintendo is up almost $1, closing at 47.52 US. Take-Two is down $1.17, but they're sitting all right at 116.06. Activision down 58 cents, selling at 45.14. Ubisoft at 17.49, up 33 cents. And EA is down $1.69, selling at 87.50.
Oh man, that sucks. Well, we all know that playing the stock market is very much a risky game, but we here at Gamestack like to take some risks ourselves when playing games. It was a terrible segue here. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Working.
Something bad is happening.
So, wait, really? Am I getting staticky?
That's what I meant, staticky. Well, it's good. How about I start with my gameplay? So, guys...
Maybe I'm Vendertron, if I'm staticky.
Yeah, that sounds quite like me.
Leader.
Yeah, pretty much. So I did a little social experiment in the last 2 weeks since the last episode of Game. You guys remember when we talked about the bathwater? Ow. Do you remember the story about the bathwater?
How could we forget?
Yeah. Anyways, so well, I put a thing out on Twitter, and I said, honestly, you guys, like, who would buy my beard shavings? Because I had joked about it. And let me just pull up the tweet here. I've got it here somewhere.
I would sniff them beard shavings.
Oh,
You're weird.
what did I come back to?
It's weird.
This show is off the rails. Why not make it kookier?
It's just a mess. It's a mess. Okay, so I said, how many of you would buy my beard trimmings? Okay, let me see. 52 people voted. 71% said, hell no, I'm not a savage. 23%, by the way, did you guys vote?
I think I did vote, yeah.
You better have voted.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure I did. I think I voted for it depends on if it's oiled.
So that was the second category. It depends if you oil it. 23% said it depends if you oil it. 23%, you guys.
Would it have been oiled?
Wrong with people. My beard is always oiled, by the way.
Well, then that's a yes, and so therefore 23 gets added in.
6% of you said yes. Give me the ginge. Now 6% of 52 is like what? That's like 3 people. So 3 of you out there want beard trimmings. That's weird.
Well,
weird.
you asked if you don't.
I'm gonna sell them for $300 a jar.
So you've made $900 so far.
Yes.
Congratulations on your new business venture.
What are you gonna do?
E3, here I come. E3, here I come. Just send them in an envelope.
Just send a self-addressed stamped envelope. We will send you some GameStack stickers as well as vendors' beard trimmings.
Yeah. Sater says, I'd be 1 out of 5 of my way to Vendertron Voodoo Doll. Oh, okay, definitely not sending beard trimmings out. Guys,
I tried to tell you, you plainly don't read the Dresden Files. You're just asking somebody to cast a curse on you.
I would like to advertise fake beard trimmings and just send people glitter instead. That would be fun.
In a spring box, so when they open it, it's like...
Yes, this would be awesome. Yeah, so there's that. I cooked a thing. If you guys listened to the last episode of TFS, my new task was to make ramen or udon, and so I will tell you all about that story next Friday, or is it this Friday? So keep an eye out for that. I'll be posting pictures to Twitter this week. I had a little showdown with Bethesda this week, you guys.
No wonder they don't answer our emails.
And I think I won. So Bethesda had put out a tweet, I think it was early yesterday, and they said, hey guys, 60% off a lot of our merch in the store. And I very angrily responded in all caps lock, if the shipping costs weren't more than the products themselves, I might ever consider buying anything from your store again. To which they responded, we're actually looking into reducing shipping costs and starting a program for our patrons out of country. So I really hope that they live up to what they're saying, because if that's true, then that would be really awesome, because the shipping costs really are quite astronomical. So
can you also convince them that New Mexico is not international? That'd be nice.
Do you have to pay? You have to pay international shipping?
I pay really high shipping. I'm pretty sure they think that I'm international. It's not something that's uncommon. About 1 out of 5 times that I order from Amazon, I get a message saying that, sorry, we can't ship this out of the continental United States.
But Bethesda is like, how far is Maryland? Like 5 states away?
But vendor,
no, it's on the other coast.
The founder of Amazon is from New Mexico. Amazon, no.
Yeah. Okay, he's gonna knock my water over here.
Vendor, I feel like
he's chasing his tail.
I feel like you think the United States is like 3 states wide.
Well, I mean, yeah. Yep.
It's the same.
But I live in an
Canada.
igloo, so
it's the same with this Canada.
Riding a moose to work every day.
Mm-hmm. So I was talking to somebody. I was watching a stream, and somebody said, "Oh, which Providence do you live in?"
Providence, Ohio.
And I was like, "Yeah, they're provinces, but that's okay." Anyways, back to my quasi gameplay for this week. I'm house sitting. As you can see, I'm in the kitty chair. It really is cutting into my sides. Makes me realize that I gained a little bit of weight, but we won't talk about that.
It's cutting into your game time too.
What I would like to talk about is how I didn't play any video games this week, and it's totally, I'm wigging out, guys. I'm going crazy. I'm like mowing the lawn. What? I actually went outside. It's like, yeah. But I have been watching some streams of people, because when you don't play games, you watch other people play games, right? So I just wanted to give a shout out of some of the people that I regularly watch and recommend that anybody listening go and check them out. Daddio483, he streams almost every day. He's a big Fallout fan, huge Skyrim fan, and streams a lot of really chill games like that. Evil Space Bunny, who I believe might be streaming tomorrow. She was playing a lot of Minecraft, but she plays all kinds of games. She's very fun. She's a pastry chef, and she tells funny stories about, her experiences in the kitchen. A couple streams, which are very popular, stream on Twitch. Some of you may already know who they are, but they are musicians and they play live online and take song requests. And the girl that sings has just a beautiful voice. Random Nerdgasm, a close friend of mine, and Novatic, a new streamer that I found, who is actually a really chill guy, plays a lot of Ark. So
nice.
Yeah, all this watching video games. Oh, and the Ozzer, who is actually one of the first people that I followed on Twitch. He was streaming Detroit Become Human this week, so I've been watching a lot of that, which has actually got me into wanting to get back into Detroit Become Human. So I definitely think we should do a couple of streams of that.
I would love to.
Yeah. Speaking of streams, I'm also really looking forward to the next Days of Our Life is Strange stream. So we played that, was it last Sunday?
Sunday before last.
Sunday before. So we actually haven't had a chance to talk about it.
Yeah, we haven't. Last week was when I was sick with the plague.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so the last episode of Days of Our Life is Strange, we've hooked up with this hippie camp, and we're working for a pot cannabis farm, which is pretty interesting.
We have our 9-year-old brother trimming marijuana.
Yeah. Now, come to think of it, the owner of the farm looks a lot like that cocaine meth dealer from Breaking Bad. What's his name?
Gus Fring.
Gus. Yeah. Looks a lot like him. Did you notice that?
I disagree with you, but yeah.
Okay. Well, there we are then. So I don't know. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. There's a, what's the kid's name? Matthew? John?
The little boy?
Ringo? Yeah.
Daniel?
Thank you. He is really coming into his powers, so that will be interesting.
For sure.
I definitely think that the next episode maybe might be really intense. Like something bad will happen and he'll have to use his powers again.
I think something bad is going to happen in this episode. Like
this, yeah, that's what I meant. Like our next episode. Yeah.
Well, did you see, like, that guy had like an AK-47 slung over his arm? You know, there's no way that this ends without somebody dying. Yeah. I'm hoping for Guitar Girl. I think she's the one who's gonna die. Guitar Girl. Yeah, just like Mushroom the dog, Guitar Girl is gonna die because they're gonna want us to get attached to her. Then they're
maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like they're setting her up as a romantic interest for Sean.
Well, if she does die, I hope Sean doesn't feel like it's, Daniel was at fault for, maybe using his powers to do that. I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see. I wonder if some previous characters are going to come back into the picture as well. I was sure that, like Captain America, or what is it? Captain
Spirit?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see Captain Spirit again.
Really?
I don't.
Anyways, that's all I got. That's all I got, guys. What about you, Rick?
Gameplay? Nothing. Played a little Red Dead Redemption 2, working through that. That's pretty much it. Nothing notable. Been really busy every night this week, so. What about you, Shalene?
Well, I've tried a couple of things. Last weekend, I tried out Gato Roboto, which is like a Metroidvania game. It's from Devolver Digital, and they're marketing as a Meowtroidvania, which I thought was pretty darn cute. But Gato Roboto is black and white 2D Metroidvania, and you play as a cat. And eventually you play as a cat in a mech suit.
This sounds exactly like up Rick's alley. Just, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was so great. So you start off and you see this little cutscene of an astronaut who's on a mission, and he crashes his little spaceship. He's trapped in the spaceship. His cat is outside, and he tells the cat, "Listen, I can't get out of the spaceship. You're gonna have to go do this mission without me, okay?" So the cat's like, "Okay, I'm a cat, but okay." And the human talks to the cat through a radio attached to the collar and sort of guides you through the area. And when you're playing as a cat, you're very agile. You can jump really far. You can kind of climb up walls. And then you find this little mech suit, and the mech suit has bullets and rockets, but it's much more cumbersome to move around in. It's a lot more funkier. It's a really cute little game. I really enjoyed it. I liked the simple aesthetic. Something about the gameplay didn't quite click with me though, so I don't know if this is one I'll be sinking hours and hours into. But
can you lick yourself?
That's how you heal.
That's not a mechanic that I noticed. No.
Do you like cough up a hairball or something?
No, but you are an adorable kitty, and it's very nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Afraid of water. There's this segment where there's like water, and the cat doesn't want to go in, and the human's like, "Get in the water." Gotta go. So funny. And last night I played Shovel Knight, which is another 2D game. It's like a very retro experience. And Gato Roboto didn't really click with me, but Shovel Knight really did. I loved Shovel Knight. It's adorable. It's got an old school pixely art style. It's 2D. You play as a knight, and instead of a sword, you have a shovel.
Oh no.
And you can use this shovel to dig. You can come on these like piles. It looks like piles of manure, and you can just dig through it and get jewels out or different items. You can dig through some walls. You can drill down through the ground, and you can use your shovel to poke your enemies and hit your enemies. It's really funny.
So I guess you could say that you really dig this game then.
I do really dig this game. It was really cute. I haven't smiled that much in weeks, you guys. I really liked Shovel Knight, so I recommend that one very highly. And then I know I've told you guys, I think I've talked about it on the podcast before. So my mom plays this mobile MMO strategy game, right? Called Last Shelter Survival. And it's got this whole PvP segment to it.
Oh, really?
Yes. And my mom is very heavily invested. She's an officer in her alliance. She is the diplomat, and she is a member of the state council, which is basically the server council.
Wait a minute. So she's playing with other people?
Yes, it's an MMO.
Wow.
An MMO strategy game.
That's really cool.
Yes, and the other day, I had like an hour. I was like, yes, I'm going to play a video game. It's going to be fantastic. And my mom is like, Shalene, get in here. So I go in, and she's like, get on the other iPad. You know, I need you to watch the farm and make sure we're not attacked. So I'm watching the other base. We're not attacked. And meanwhile, she's leading the battle into the other server. Like, they were having a server versus server battle, and my mom was the battle commander. It was amazing, you guys. It was so fantastic. And she's like in the chat telling them where to go and like, come on, guys, we need to hit the Alliance Center and like take these tiles. And you can get nukes when you get to a high level in this game. And you can get anti-nukes when you get to a slightly higher level, right? So my mom, they see her, she's not the highest level player in her group by far. She's like level 19. Next level is 25. So when it comes to like the top people, she's a weaker base. But they plainly saw her as the biggest threat because they were throwing nuke after nuke after nuke at my mother's base. It was amazing to watch. And she had these anti-nuke things, right? And they just kept knocking them down. And it was amazing. They were getting so frustrated with her. And then they came to our server to attack our alliance. And I'm just watching, you know, for intruders. I'm like, Mom, somebody's here. I don't even know how to play this game, so I don't know what to do. And so they nuked that account, and that account didn't have the anti-missiles, but they nuked it immediately out of spite because it had the same username.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, it was so funny. But they won the battle, and I was really proud of my mom, and she had a great time, and all of her friends in the chat were just like, yay, we won the battle. It was amazing.
So does she play with like any of the other ladies that she knows in town or something?
No, these aren't people she knows. They're just people she knows from the internet. They're from all over the country. One of them's in India. There's a person in China. There's a guy in New York. They're from everywhere. And she just met them by playing this game.
That's so random. I'm so jealous. I want to play games with your mom.
It was such an adventure. Well, Last Shelter Survival is her game. So if you join that, join State 280, you'll find.
Yeah, I wonder if I can get it on my iPad.
Yeah, I have it on my iPad. It's just the one I have on my iPad is just another account for my mom. Like, I try and maintain it sometimes, but she uses it.
It's her backup in case the other one dies.
Basically, yeah. She has like 2 backup accounts.
Sounds like a very Shalene thing.
It's amazing. She's amazing, and it's so funny watching her, you know, be the top of this.
She's like super OP.
Yeah, she's an officer. You know, they made her an officer in the guild, and she's on the state council. It's like my mom is kind of a big deal. It was so cool. I just wanted to share this with you.
Archon in the chat says, "Internet people are weird. Didn't you learn anything from our meeting?"
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, but I mean, I think you're the one, Archon, who can now attest to the fact that internet people are weird, having met me. But...
Well, it sounds like you're having a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was great. I had a lot of fun
life with all
sharing
those
that
games.
Experience with my mom. So.
Well, I suppose we should move on to our listener emails.
Yeah,
Shalene.
Yeah,
Let's do.
yeah. My mic is still messed up.
We get it. We get it.
I'm sorry, I was waiting for you.
Rick. Yes, I will take this.
Okay.
Xavier writes, "Hi guys, love both of your shows. Don't know which podcast this goes to, but neither do we."
That's so appropriate. Just for the audio folks, my Gamestack setup totally failed. I could not run Gamestack today. And Rick didn't have Gamestack set up, so we are using...
And I'm house sitting, so I don't have anything. So Rick had to drive, and all he had was that Fallout show.
Everything is Fallout, so...
And,
but it's not Fallout,
it's
Gamestack.
It's just falling apart, more like it.
Okay, Xavier's email.
Anyways, I love all your guys' shows. Whenever I'm sad or angry, I listen to you, and it makes me feel better. Also, Rick, I've killed 3 cats in Fallout. Love you guys. Keep it up and never cancel your show. So basically, that's pretty much it. I guess I'll just roll through the outro.
Well, I will say that we'll never cancel the show because we don't, like, we own the network and we'd never cancel ourselves. We would just, like, quit it.
Yes.
There's no canceling. It will never, ever be canceled.
Yeah.
We're not quitting it either, guys, by the way. Thank you. We've got to be careful with these kind of jokes because we've hurt these people before.
I'm just saying, we'll be the 3 of us will have our own old folks home, and it'll be Gamestack with the geezers.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be amazing. There won't even be like traditional video games anymore. It'll just be like implanted into your brain or something.
Pill.
And we'll be over there.
Playing Last Shelter Survival
on our Nintendo Wiitas.
Yeah. Oh boy. Well, anyways, don't forget to join us next week for Gamestack Podcast, aka That Fallout Show. You can join us right here on twitch.tv/WeJustLoveGames. We will be bringing that show to you live at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to tune in. You can also send us an email like Xavier. Please send us an email. We'd love to read them on the air and share our ideas with the listeners. You can email us at info@wejustlovegames.com. You can also find us on Twitter at WeJustLoveGames, Shalene at ShaleneL, Rick at RickMcVick, and myself at VendertronN. We also are on the Facebooks, facebook.com/WeJustLoveGames, facebook.com/group/WeJustLoveGames. And you can find us on the Discord. That is our chat after dark, as we mentioned at the beginning of the show. If you'd like to join and you're just coming into the stream right now, scroll down and click that button right below me, and that'll bring you right into the Discord server. Just a little tidbit for you. When we do giveaways, all of the people that get entered to win, or for a chance to win on the giveaways, are from the Discord. And that is how you win to get cool things. So don't forget, we record live at 6:30 p.m. every second Friday at twitch.tv/WeJustLoveGames. We're also on YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and Apple Podcasts now, I think, instead of iTunes, and iHeartRadio. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and review so we can shout you out on the show. Thanks for listening, everyone. Shalene, do you have any last words?
I'm your biggest fan.